Yo, what's up guys? We're back with another video today. Before we get into this video, I just want to let you all know, Merry Christmas, or after Christmas. I know this is like the day after, but still. I hope you all had a very good Christmas. I sure did. I had a great time to spend time with family. Hopefully you all were able to spend time with your family. But enough about that. In today's video, we're going to be talking about UFC fighters who need to move up weight classes in order to save their career, guys. They're just some of these guys who are just like, they need to move up right now, otherwise it's over for them. So, without further ado, let's get into the examples. Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker has gotten KO'd so many times in the UFC. He's gotten KO'd by Volkan Oezdemir, Magomed, Anderson. He got KO'd back in like 2019. I believe the guy's name was Anderson. He also got KO'd by, who was it? Jamal Hill. And they're all by like the most goofy style. Like if this was a conversation about getting knocked out, Johnny Walker would be the greatest getting knocked out artist of all time. Especially with him getting knocked down in like goofy ways, right? But in all seriousness, guys, the thing with Johnny Walker is he's too big for light heavyweight. He's way too big. He's 6'5". When he's in the weigh-ins, his cheeks are so sucked in. Pause. He's too sucked in with his body. I know I just said that again. Major pause, guys. I'm sorry. But the thing with Johnny Walker, right? He needs to go up. And I think if he went up, I don't think he'd be a champion, but I think he would definitely like beat up most of the fat heavyweights in the division. He would. I don't know if he could be like the not fat heavyweights, like the Alexander Volkov, Curtis Blades. Maybe he could be like a Jelton Almeida or Sergey Spivak, those guys maybe, but he'll beat up most of the fat guys. Like he'll beat up the Rogina, the Tai Tuivasas, the Derek Lewis, the Marcin Taboras, all those fat guys. He could beat them. And his chin would be a lot better. Like even though heavyweights you can get knocked out more, I think the fact that he would go up in weight class so he doesn't have to worry about weight cut, I think that would benefit him a lot. So I think Johnny Walker should move up to heavyweight like right now before his career's over. I know he's fighting on the Makhachev Arman card. If he wins that fight, he should still move up. If he loses, he has to 100% move up because there's no option right now for him. Brian Ortega, guys, first of all, before he fought Diego Lopez, he was in talks, or there was reports about him moving up lightweight, like before he fought like Diego Lopez. And that was like back at like 303, like before they then actually fought at 306. Like, you guys get what I'm saying? That's why he missed weight, and that's why he got so sick, because he was trying to bulk up, I believe, to go up to lightweight. But then when he got the call to go down to fight like Diego Lopez, he then had to cut all that weight. And I'm assuming that's why he got so sick and all that stuff. And also, what is there left for him at featherweight? He got beaten up badly by Holloway. He got beaten up bad by Volkanovski. And he got beaten up badly by Lopez. Those are all the top three guys. And he also he did beat Yair, but he had to go through like the trenches in order to get that win back against Yair. So it's like he could maybe beat the Aljamains, maybe the Movzars. I don't think so. It's just like there's nothing left for him to fight at featherweight. And I think he'd do decent at lightweight, guys, because they're the only like power punchers in that division are like Dustin Poirier, like Islam, I'd say, and Justin Gaethje, and now Max Holloway, because he's going up to lightweight. So that stinks for Brian Ortega, but he's got to move up, honestly, because there's literally nothing else in featherweight for him. All right, now we have Alexander Rakic. Here's the thing: the same like rules that I said about Johnny Walker apply for Rakic. Rakic is like 6'5", 6'6", or something like that. He's way too big for light heavyweight. He doesn't get knocked out. That's the difference between him and Walker. But the thing is, he's lost to like most of the top guys in the division. He got beaten up by Magomed. Well, not beaten up. He lost to Magomed. He got beaten up by Yuri, and he got an injury with Jan Blachowicz. So technically he didn't lose. So technically he lost that fight, but it was like an injury he got in the fight. So But still, he probably would have lost to Jan. It was competitive in that fight. And there's just like, I don't see him fighting for the title. Maybe if he gets like a couple of wins and he bounce back, but I think he would honestly do great at light heavyweight. I think he'd do better than Johnny Walker because Alexander Rakic, he's great with his kicks, he's great with his punches, he's quick, he's very like flexible as well, like doing those high kicks at like 6'6". So I think he could do honestly well. I don't think he'd be a champion. He wouldn't be a champion at heavyweight, but he would do a lot better at heavyweight. He beat up most of the fat guys. I think he could do well against like a Cyril Gane, a Volkov, like guys like that. I think he could do well in those fights, but I don't see him like, he should honestly just like stop with light heavyweight. He's already on the right track because he fired the coaches when he fought Magomed, because those coaches in that fight were terrible, just terrible. They were saying he was up like 2 rounds. How do you do that? How do you say that to your like fighter when they're when they're losing the fight? Like, and that's why he was like cruising to a comfortable decision, because he, in his mind, he was thinking, oh, I'm up 2 rounds, I'll just cruise to a decision, when he was losing the fight. So he's on the right track when he fired his coaches. I think he needs to make one more step to move up to heavyweight, because I think he'd do a lot better there. Israel Adesanya. Now, here's the thing. Israel, he's not as, like, he doesn't need to move up. Like, he's not in, like, jeopardy compared to these other guys. But I feel like there's, like, nothing left for him at, like, middleweight. I don't think he's going to win against Najavim Imavov. I could see him winning. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a close fight. I'll talk about that more when the fight gets closer. But when it comes to, like, Israel, there's just nothing left for him to do. He's beaten up most of the guys in the division, and the guys that he hasn't beaten up, he's already lost to. He lost to Dricus by submission. He got whooped by Sean Strickland. And then there's Khamzat now in the mix, and Khamzat destroyed Robert Whittaker in the first round. And, like, if Israel was struggling on the ground with Dricus, imagine what Khamzat would do to him. Imagine what Khamzat would do to him in, like, the first round. He would submit him. I would bet that Khamzat would submit Israel Adesanya within, like, the first minute. I genuinely think so. I don't think Israel could survive more than a minute against Khamzat. But that's why Israel should move up to light heavyweight, because, like, for one, light heavyweights, like the skill level between them versus like Adesanya and the middleweights is miles apart. Like, light heavyweights, like, division, like, the skill level has just gone downhill so badly over the years. Like, it's actually so sad. And that's why Israel, like, he could honestly fight a Magomed, the Jamal Hill, and the Yuri, and he could probably beat those guys. And then he should then fight for Pereira. Like, this is really the whole reason why I want him to go up. I want to see a trilogy between Pereira and Adesanya. That would be the best, like, this is like the best rivalry in my opinion in recent years. Like, a lot of people have said this, and it's true. I think Israel and Pereira's, like, rivalry was legendary. It's one of the best rivalries we've had in a while. They're 1-1 as well. So I just want a trilogy, man. I just want a trilogy between these two so badly. I want him to go up to fight Pereira. I don't want to see him get knocked out, but I just want to see this fight again, because their fights were amazing. Alright, now we have Jaylen Turner. Jaylen Turner, I think out of, like, most of these guys, besides, like, Johnny Walker, he needs to move up now. First of all, he's fighting at lightweight, and he's 6'2", so that's kind of a red flag to me. And he also misses weight at lightweight many times. He missed it against Bobby Green. He missed it against Dan Hooker, I believe. I don't know. He didn't miss it against Moicano, so that's good. I don't think he missed weight against Gamrot. I don't remember. He might have. I can't remember. So if you guys remember, let me know in the comments. But I don't think that Jaylen Turner should fight at lightweight anymore. He should go up and honestly go at welterweight, because he would do really good. He's a great striker. That's the thing. He was competitive with Dan Hooker on the feet, and I'd argue Jaylen Turner was getting, at some points, the better of him, but Dan Hooker just has a steel chin, and he just walked through Jaylen Turner's punches and got the better of him at the end. And, like, with Jaylen Turner also, it's just like he's just, I don't know, there's too many grapplers at lightweight. There's grapplers at welterweight, don't get me wrong, but not as many. So I think he'd do a lot better, and he could arguably get a title shot if he chooses the right fights and beats up the right people. So I feel like he could do well at welterweight, and I think he should definitely move up right now because he's also young in his career. So he's gonna get more muscle on him as time continues because he's not even 30 years old. So he should definitely move up before it gets bad for him at lightweight. Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa is in a really tough spot. He's cornered himself, right? He has lost to most of the guys in the top rankings. He lost to Marvin Vettori, which to me is like, yeah, he's got to move up. Because, like, if you're losing to Marvin Vettori, that's just not a good sign at all. That's just terrible. Marvin Vettori got beaten up by Jared Cannonier, got beaten up by Adesanya, got beaten up by Robert Whittaker. And then Paulo Costa gets beaten up by Sean Strickland, Adesanya, Robert Whittaker, Marvin Vettori. That's it. But, like, those are, like, some really big names. But if you're losing to Marvin Vettori, like, come on now. Like, come on. It's, like, Marvin Vettori's a good fighter, but, like, still, like, Marvin Vettori's, like, a gatekeeper to get into the top 5. So, to lose to him is, like, that's not a good look on your resume at all. And he's also just really big for, like, middleweight. He's really big. He looks like he's slimmed down a lot since, I'd say the Luke Rockhold fight. But he should honestly, like, bulk back up because I think he'd do great at light heavyweight. I think he honestly would. He'd have a lot more exciting fights and be a fresh start for him. And like I said, he's missed weight multiple times at middleweight. He missed weight against Marvin Vettori. But no, I think that Paulo Costa should honestly move up at light heavyweight. And he just have a lot more fun fights at light heavyweight. And, like, imagine a Paulo Costa versus Yuri Prohaska, or a Paulo Costa versus Jamal Hill, or a Paulo Costa versus, I don't know, Carlos Uberg type of thing. Like, those would be great fights. And there's just nothing left at middleweight. He's lost to most of the top guys. He's never going to get a title shot at middleweight again, so you might as well try an upper weight class. But guys, that is me talking about UFC fighters who need to move up in weight class in order to save their careers. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed me coming back. I will see you in the next video. And also, like I said before, hope you all had a great Christmas. Peace!